YouTube community. I've been gone for 4 days, which is kind of weird. I cannot really get my mind away from the pedals and all this. So for 4 days I was checking, your comments, and I was trying to have a vacation with my girlfriend on a farm with horses, and we had the doggies with us. It's not so easy to get away. My mind is going. So, and since the farm was close to Thomann, hey, we went to Thomann and hung out with my friends there and got a tour and, had coffee and all that. So always pedals in my head. So what happens? We come home after a long day of driving and there's mail. And I really want to open this package, but I can't because I gotta do unboxing videos. I can't just open this and look at it. I gotta film this crap. So that's what we're doing, and we're at Leslie's place, which is why it's all creepy and ominous with shadow on the wall, pow pow, shadow on the wall. Pow. You know that song, Shadow on the Wall? Good song. Isn't that Mike Oldfield? I love Mike Oldfield, PRS guy. So anyway, package number 1 I get in the mail, which for the first time didn't get stuck in customs, is another Milos Popovic MP Custom Effects from Belgrade, Serbia pedal, all silver, but this is a very special one because it's a Devhen Raxiak, which has my beautiful scrumpled up Jabba the Hutt face on it, with Devin Townsend and Rex Brown from Pantera. So it'll look like this. You see if I can get the camera to focus. Camera, focus! Camera, focus right here. Can you focus right here? Come on, camera. Focus with me. It's not focusing. Why isn't the camera focusing? Slowly it's coming in. So there's me and Devin Townsend and Rex Brown. So this is the Gainiac, but with bass and treble control. It's the Gainiac, I think called the Super Warmer, something like this. Obviously, we're gonna do a quick Gainiac update yet again because this is one of the best overdrive distortions on the market, period. And Phil X actually has one with the one knob in the middle, and hopefully he'll at least send us a little picture going like this. But this is what we've been waiting for a long time. Why is my watch going bing? Messenger. I don't have time, Julian. Later. So we have a thing saying here, blah blah blah, effects reg serial number. Okay, I gotta send this back to Roland saying I'm only borrowing it, as if they're ever getting it back. They just don't know that yet. I hope they don't have guys with baseball bats. So, we have the Roland ES-8 here, and we've looked at looper switches, all this. This is supposed to be, and we're gonna very critically look at this, the holy grail of looper switches. So, first of all, the packaging, it's bigger than a lot of other looper switches. But then, inside, a lot of nothing. Which simply means it's protected well. So, it comes with its own power supply, but as far as I can see, based on the website, it of course says only power with a Boss PSA, but we want to be able to power it with our power brick. It needs 400 milliamps, which means we need a Chox or a Seox, we need a Yankee, we need something with 400 milliamps. It probably draws less, but if they say 400, we need to give it 400 unless we know better. And this thing says blah blah blah, input, output, 0.5 amps, blah blah, okay. So you can power it with this, but hopefully we can put it on our board and power it with our power supply. So other than the actual unit and the power adapter, doesn't look there's anything in the box, which I mean, what should be in the box? Nothing. The thing that we need. It does feel very sturdy and rather compact, and there is, here. Oh, I like this. I like what I see. Oh, like what I see. First of all, a big ass manual. big, that's typical Roland and Boss. They go hard copy, not download the PDF at your discretion. No. Hard copy. Hard! Which is cool. I very much like that in 17 languages, in a lot of languages. So there's English, German, French, Italiano, Espanol, Portuguese, and Netherlands. And obviously with a device like this, you want a manual right in front of you. So not giving us only the PDF, already a plus for Boss. This is a README Chinese, I don't know. And what I like is this. Let's see. Because what we've got here, whoa, serious feet. So it comes with 5 serious rubber feet. I mean, seriously big rubber feet, which is nice if you wanna just have that sitting somewhere on a floor. But obviously we want to mount it on a board, which means Velcro. But even better than Velcro, there are 2 screws. And as far as I can see, yes, these screws go on the sides where they can't hurt any circuit boards. And they're really nice and long. So we could actually just drill 2 holes. Question is, do we have a drill template? I'm gonna find out if there's a drill template in the owner's manual, because that is my next question. How do I find the holes? Drill template would be nice. Maybe there's one in the manual. If not, we're gonna bitch about that. So you can actually just use these 2 screws, drill 2 holes in your pedal board and mount it on that. But since they're on the very edge, on the very left and right here, on the little board that I want to build for Nick West, where 2 of these will go on, this might not work because we're on the very edge. I hope I can make it work, because it's gonna be just a tiny bit too wide for that board. So being on the very outside, these holes might not work. But of course, for my big ass boards, it's perfect. No Velcro and just screws. So this is already very, it feels nice. You know, the buttons are completely recessed. I mean, let me get this down, the camera down here. We're gonna look at it. Of course, you've probably seen videos, but hey, here's what I think. That's my first impression. First of all, it really feels nice. The buttons are very quiet. They're not clicky type buttons, so they probably might have other functions. These knobs don't stick out at all. They're completely flat with the surface. And we got plus, minus, left, right, display, exit, enter, edit, right. It would be nice if something like this is self-explanatory. Obviously, it has a lot of possibilities, and self-explanatoriness might not be an issue here, but we'll find out. So, and on the back, which is of course what is of the biggest interest, we have in 1 and 2. So there's 2 different inputs already, which might mean, I'm just guessing here, these are unboxing videos, these are not facts about the product, these are first impressions. Let me see. 2 inputs might mean I can actually use 2 different instruments and switch between them per preset. Would be cool if that is the case. Then we got send and return 1 through 6. On 7, you can send mono but return stereo, so loop number 7 is stereo capable on the return, which means loop number 8, the stereo gets completely transferred, and we have completely full stereo out and return, so you can have 2 stereo pedals, whereas the first one will get a mono input. You have a volume loop here for a volume pedal. Then you have 2 outputs and a separate tuner out. So this section is very interesting because you got external control, which means 6 switcheroonies for your amp in stereo pairs. So you use stereo cables, which then go out to mono cables or stereo to stereo, and you can have 6 switcheroonies. Of course, unless your amp is MIDI capable, then you just switch it with MIDI. And here we have 2 expression outs, and we actually have 2 expression ins. Expression 1, expression 2. So these look like they might be able to be routed, meaning you can have 2 expression pedals that can be routed to 2 different sources. I don't know exactly how this works, but we're gonna find out. And since we have a power here, why not just power it up and see what happens? Again, first impression, very nice. Here's one thing I really didn't get from the one demo I saw that Sweetwater did. So one of the things that confused me when I saw the Sweetwater demo was that once you've programmed a combination of loops that you want on, once you're on a preset, as far as I could tell, I couldn't see what loops were on and off in that preset. So there was no visual feedback about what that preset included, which loops are included. What I love about this, and that's why I wanted it for Nick Westport, is first of all, manual, and I have never worked with this, but it's very, very simple. Let's see, there's a manual mode, which means, so right now everything's blue, so I'm in preset mode, okay? If I hit this, which says manual and memory, it's very self-explanatory, switches to red, and then I can just turn the loops on and off just like I would turn my pedals on and off. So that's a total manual mode where I have full control over on and off state of all 8 loops. And that is as simple as it gets. Hit manual, and all of a sudden you're switching your pedals on. So in a rehearsal, you're not in preset mode, you're just switching, you're playing with your pedals like you would normally do, but then you're in preset mode, and that is what I need for Nick. I want her to have presets when she's on stage, but when she's in a rehearsal, I just want her to go to manual, hit the buttons, that's it. So this is very cool. But I want to find out, once I programmed something, can I have visual feedback over which loops are on and off? And I didn't see any visual feedback of that, which means you have to know that your loop number 3 is blah 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 pedals. Your preset number 3 is blah 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 pedals, and preset number 4, or you have to go into some menu to find out. And I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure that if that's, you know, good. Obviously, which makes this looper incredibly special, other than the fact that there's 2 stereo loops and a lot of control options and MIDI in and out, and it is, you know, very sturdy and very well built. You know, boss quality. The clicking you hear is dogs and cats running around, because we have a lot of those. What is unique and extremely special about this, most certainly unique in this price range, is that you can actually change the order of the loops. So you could have, hey Echo, you could have, Echo, come here, Echo. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the cat. It hasn't seen me in days. So you could have a phaser in front of your drives, but then for another sound, move that same phaser behind your drives, behind wherever behind is. You get that? It's pretty damn awesome. So you only need one phaser or a chorus or whatever you want, and you actually move it around. You could have drive into distortion or distortion into drive. And depending on the preset, you change that up. So let me fiddle around with it to see how to program it without a manual. Let's see if I can do that. First of all, it shows me a tempo, which might mean this is what the MIDI click is sending out. I don't know what else that would be, but that would be kind of cool. I'm just guessing here. I hit edit, patch, enter. I know this is a total ghetto demo, but I just opened it and hey, this is how easy it is to program if you know nothing about this thing and you just try. So, I'm gonna go to 1. I want to program my preset 1. I'm in memory mode. I know that because I'm on blue. If I was on manual, everything would be red. So I hit edit because I want to edit. Apparently I want to edit a patch. What are my other options? Control, play option, preference, MIDI setting, PC map, program change map. Others, utility. I want to edit a patch. That's a patch. You have to understand Roland's lingo or Boss's lingo. So I'm going to hit enter, loop on off. What are my options? Loop structure, controls, expression, input, blah, blah, blah. But let's just do the most basic thing. On all these Roland things, these are the typical ways to go through a menu. You have to fight with this. But all I want to do is program the loops. The most simple thing. Actually, let's do this again. I'm going to go edit, patch, enter, loops on off, yes. And now you see loops 1 through 8. And all you do is I want loop 3 and 4 and 5 and 8. Okay, I just turned them on. The red lights show you that they're on. And now I'm going to hit write. I'm going to write to 1. I could change the name. We're going to leave it on Boss ES-8. Executing. And now on 1, I have that combination. The problem is, as I said, there is no way to have visual feedback over what you're doing. And that is really if it does everything that it promised to do, which we're going to find out in an in-depth demo, this is my one gripe with it, that right now I'm on 1. And do you remember which loops we programmed? Exactly, I don't. But there's a way to find out. If you now go to manual mode, it's going to show you which loops are active. 2, 3, 4, and 8. But of course, you have to go to manual mode to see that. So this isn't going to change the loops, it's just going to give you a feedback over what you did. So it might not be so bad. You know that 1 is your verse, bridge, chorus, solo, whatever. And if you really want feedback over what you have done, you hit manual and then you're there. And you could even alter it at any point in time. So as long as you can actually get that feedback, I'm not super pissed off. It would have been nice to show this somewhere, or with a little light right next, another light, or another color, or that is my one real gripe with this thing. That right now I programmed 3 before. Well, can we see that 3 actually has something programmed there? No, because now if I go there, you can see that 2 should have no. See, 2 is empty. So again, if we want to do it, edit. Patch, exit, edit, patch, enter, loops on off. We're gonna do 2, 3, and 7. Right. And now 2 is programmed. That is really relatively simple. But in rehearsal, you never have to deal with this. All you do is go to manual, and now you just switch it around as you want. Question is that going to be stored? I highly doubt it. Let's see. See, and it's back. So you can't really kill your presets. Obviously, you can do a lot more. You can edit a million things. MIDI setting, enter. MIDI out mode, out. Yeah, this looks like if you've dealt with Boss keyboards or Boss guitar equipment, you're no stranger to these kinds of menus. You have to get used to it. You have to get used to the abbreviations. This isn't the most user-friendly user interface. It's very small, but after a while, it'll get you there. If this thing actually delivers the quality, the signal quality, and the switching capability. Let's see. Let's do this one more thing. Patch, control, play option, preference. Enter. Loop on off. Loop structure. We want that. So let's say on, I want to switch my loop in 2 and 3. I want to switch the 2 drives. How difficult is that? Those are stereo. Well, it was actually that easy. Now, was it? I'm just moving loop number 3 back and forth. It's that simple. Loop number 3 goes in front of number 2. I could even do it in parallel somehow. Don't ask me how. But now I've got 1, then loop number 3, then loop number 2. And only for this patch. That's pretty damn awesome. So I moved it back, exit. So I'm gonna say you're gonna spend a good hour with this, and then you probably know your way around. And I've already learned my biggest gripe with this thing, that you don't have visual feedback over what is behind the presets, can be solved by simply hitting the manual button and you see. So if you forgot what loops were on, there you are. So if other than that, it does MIDI the way that I hope it can, and all the other pretty amazing features that this box has, it might seriously warrant its price tag of €699 or €700 or wherever you are, whatever you pay. It's a Boss product. It can switch the order of the loops. Crazy shit. So we're gonna install this on a series of boards and really test it. We're gonna get 2 more for Nick West, which is gonna be awesome, and it's gonna be on her pedal board. And I know now already that it can do exactly what I needed to do for her, and so I can sleep nicely now. Echo, what do you think? Oh, Echo. This is Echo. Echo's shy. So this was it for the unboxing. See ya.